Welcome. My name is Brenda Zeckmeister, and I'm one of the yoga instructors with Let's Get Physical. It's a program, a health and wellness initiative of Price Hill Will in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Price Hill Will is providing these classes for free. We normally do them in different locations throughout the Price Hill area. It's a neighborhood in Cincinnati, but of course we're under quarantine, and so we are doing them online. And this way they're even more accessible to more people. So for today, I thought I would really focus on relaxation. I've been trying to mix up all the different videos that I've been doing so that each one is unique, and that if you are tuned into one and you want to know more about relaxing, you can just look for, I put in the description of each video so that you could look for the type of yoga session that you're looking for. And so in addition to relaxation, you'll see behind me today I have a diffuser, and I'm going to talk a little bit about oils, essential oils. That had been a suggestion, as well as that maybe I talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to allow about 10 minutes at the end of the session to talk about oils, so that if you're tuning in now and don't really have an interest in oils, that you can, after the Savasana, just take off. But if you have an interest in oils, I will just be talking about 2 different types of oils for today, 10 minutes after the last 10 minutes of the class. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the yoga. And so if you want to find a comfortable position, I know I'm sitting a little bit closer because I don't want to be in the way of the diffuser here, but I'm sitting cross-legged. But if that isn't comfortable for you, you can just open up your legs a little bit more, putting the soles of your feet together like so, and just sit with your knees out. So whatever feels comfortable to you. And so go ahead and sit up tall and just let your hands be relaxed on your knees. And I thought I would also talk about a breathing technique. There's pranayama. So prana is life energy, and this life energy flows through the body, and it mainly flows through the breath. And when we practice pranayama, it's a way for us to feel that life, get in touch with that life energy that's flowing through our bodies at all times. And the last couple of weeks I've been sharing a couple of different pranayama techniques, and today I thought I would talk about the ocean breath. And this is a breath, it's kind of hard to describe. When I was learning about it, somebody described it as Darth Vader breathing, because it kind of sounds like Darth Vader breathing in his mask and everything. But it also sounds like the sound of the ocean, and it's a very soothing, relaxing breathing technique. And the way that it was taught to me was to get that kind of movement, that feeling in the throat. You want to take your hands in front of you, and you know how when you were cold and you might just kind of blow into the hands. It's not a blowing, but it's rather coming from the throat, and this warm air comes out, because if you just blow, cool air will come out. But when you blow from the throat, kind of constricting the muscles down here in your throat, it's a warm air that comes out, a warm breath. And that's what we want to feel, is this warm breath. And we're not going to have our mouths open when we do the breath, but we're going to rather have the mouth be closed. And it's also a good way that if you are cold, that you can maybe warm up the body. So a lot of people who are maybe chilly in a yoga class, if they want to be warmer or create some heat in their movement, they'll do the ocean breath with their movements instead of a regular breath. And that helps to create a heat within you. But it's also very relaxing. So let's go ahead and close the eyes. And I'm going to go get my chimes here so I can signal the end of our breathing, or the beginning and the end. And so let's just practice this for a moment. So just breathing out normally, and then take a breath in, constricting those muscles in the back of your throat. And then breathe out with that same constricted muscles in the back of your throat. The mouth is closed. And so you'll notice that it sounds like the ocean. If anybody has any questions about that, you can go ahead and type that in, and I'll take a look at it. I have a little bit of a hard time seeing the text here. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, you're very welcome for me doing this. It's my pleasure. So let's go ahead and practice that before we begin. I'll signal the beginning of it with the breathing, with the sound, and then when you hear it again, it'll be the end of it. And then we'll just go right directly into our asana practice. So close your eyes and sit up tall, and you can just relax your hands on your knees. Breathe out the breath that you're on. And then your next breath, go ahead and start your ocean breath. So you may return your breath back to the normal breath. And so this is a very relaxing breath. You can continue this breath throughout your practice if you wish, or just have the normal breath. Like I mentioned before, it's a way to bring more heat into your practice. And you might even visualize being on a beach and hearing those waves coming and going. If you have any questions that kind of arose during that session, go ahead and type it in and I'll address it. So let's relax the body. Close your eyes and bring your chin down to your chest. Relax through the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders. And let's just take a moment here to set our intention for our practice. Letting go of your day. Settling into your breath. Nice even breaths, whether it's your normal breath or the ocean breath. It's also called Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi. So you might hear some yoga teachers talk about Ujjayi breath, and that's what they're talking about. So finding that word or that phrase that you can use as your mantra, something simple like relax, be still. Let it move through your whole being. And then keeping your chin tucked in, bring your fingertips down to the floor and roll the head over to the one shoulder. You want to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed as you feel that stretch on the opposite side of your neck. And then as you exhale, bring it back to center. And on your next breath, roll the head over to the other side. Letting go of any tension in your shoulders and through your neck. Exhaling, bring it back to center. And then as you inhale, bring your head back up. Let's bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then back, and then down, and then forward, and around up to the ears and back. Just letting go. Let your arms be relaxed. We're just moving the shoulders. And continue your breathing. When you integrate your breath through all of your movements, we're going to do a relaxing flow for this session, and so we definitely are going to use the breath. So whenever you feel like you want to go in the opposite direction, just pause for a moment and then go in the other direction, loosening up. Do a couple of more. And then go ahead and bring it into stillness. From here, let's bring your palms to the heart center. Taking a moment to be present here. Get in tune with your breath. Get in tune with your mantra. And we're going to do just a gentle flow, bringing yourself into the Ujjayi breathing if you wish, or the regular breath, into a more relaxed way of flowing with yoga. So on your inhale, let's bring one hand up to the ceiling and the other one away from your body, looking up at your hand. And then as you exhale, bring everything back to center. And then on your next breath, the other hand goes up and the opposite one goes down at your side, looking up in the other direction. And then exhale, bring it back to center. And then you're just going to follow your own rhythm with your breath. Let the breath move the body. Just feel like your limbs are moving on the breath. One of the goals of yoga is connecting mind and body and breath. And so feeling that connection. You want to feel like you're in the flow, just floating on the breath. Stretching it out, feeling the openness in the body. Let's do one more on each side. This is a nice way to wake up in the morning. Gets the prana moving, your life force energy. We'll come back and rest in the heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here just to tune in with your energy in your body, noticing how it feels. From here, bring your hands down at your sides, and you want your palms to be face up. And we're going to just start with your arms fully extended, sitting up tall. And as you inhale, you're going to arch the arms up until the fingertips touch. And then as you exhale, push the air down. I was working with one of the kids in the library yoga, and he wanted to start teaching part of the class. And one of the movements he did was this movement, and he called it "Make a Rainbow." And I love that. So just visualize, like, each movement you're drawing a beautiful rainbow. I thought that was such a beautiful image. This is all on your breath. Again, your normal breath, or you ujjayi breathing. Just feel the energy all around you. Moving that energy. This will be our last one. When your hands come back down to the ground, just pause there for a moment. And then slide your hands over to your knees. Exhale, lean forward. Let your body relax, let your head be heavy. Your shoulders completely relax, your upper back, and then relax all the way down into your lower back and hips. And on the in-breath, we're going to make a half circle coming around to the back, and then as you exhale, complete your circle. And again, this can be regular breath or ujjayi breathing. Feel that connection between your movements and your breath. Let's do one more, going in this direction. And when you've got back to the point where you started, pause there for a moment. And then when you're ready, go in the other direction. One more round. Bringing it back to where you started. Relax there for a moment. And then gently bring your body back up. From here, bring your feet over to the one side. And if you have a block, you can use your block. And we're just going to lean on that block. Just placing your forearm onto the block. If you don't have a block, you can either just put your hand down on the ground, or you can rest on your forearm. So the block just basically makes the ground be closer to you. And so from here, we're going to bring the foot in that's closest to the floor. So bend that leg and then stretch the other one out. And we're going to turn the palm upward. And as you breathe in, bring it up over your head, stretching it out. And then exhale, bring your knee in and hug it in. And then as you inhale, stretch out the leg, stretch out the arm. Exhale, slide your leg in and grab your ankle and hug it in. So continuing to make the slow flowing movement, really making yourself really long when you're stretched out, and then hugging yourself in. Feel that love. Remember your mantra. do one more. And then once you've finished, push yourself up. If you're using a block, bring it to the other side. Bring your feet in the opposite direction. And we'll lean here on that block. You want to make sure your shoulder's directly over your elbow. The leg that's closest to the floor is bent in and the other one is stretched out. Turn your palm upward. Inhale it up over your head, nice and long. And then exhale, bring it down and bring your leg in and hug it in. Do like you just did on the other side, stretching out your leg, stretching out your arm, being very intentional with your breath. Feel that chi moving through your body, the prana, your life force. Let's do one more. Make yourself really long. And then exhale, bring it back in. And bring yourself up to a seated position. We can put the block to the side for the time being. Bring your legs straight out in front of you. You're going to sit up nice and tall. And just place your hands down at the sides for the moment, or palms face down. Sitting up really tall, feel that connection with the earth. And just imagine that you have like a cord running from the base of your spine and it's coming all the way out to the top of your head, and then somebody's pulling that cord up, creating space in between each vertebrae. And then turn your palms upward, and as you inhale, bring them up overhead. And as you exhale, hinge forward, keeping a straight back. And then putting a little bend into the knees. Let's bring the hands down onto the legs. And then inhale, bring the arms back up. And then exhale, hinge forward. Bring your hands down to your feet and round your back, relax your head. And just continue doing this. Feel the flow with each breath. Breathing into your mantra. Do one more. And this time, when you exhale, just remain in your forward bend for a few breaths. Breathing in, feel your back expand, expanding all the muscles. And then as you breathe out, maybe relax a little bit deeper into your pose. We'll take 3 breaths. And then on an inhale, bring your arms up, bring your body up. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your sides, down, palms face down. And just take a moment to notice how you feel. So let's continue to have the left leg stretched out, and bending your right leg, bring that foot over on the other side, bring it in close. We want to hold on to this right leg, and you're going to either hold on with your right hand right below the knee or bring it into the crook of your arm, whichever feels better. And you want to be able to sit up nice and tall with each breath. So we're going to inhale the arm up, And then exhale, twist and look behind you. And take about 3 breaths here. Each inhale, straighten your spine a little bit more. Each exhale, see if you can look a little bit deeper over your shoulder. When you breathe in again, bring your gaze forward. And then exhale, release. Undo the leg and we'll bring the other one over. Hugging it however you did on the other side. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, pivot, bring it behind you. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Lengthening and looking deeper. Breathe in again, bring your gaze forward, and then exhale, release, and undo. And let's come down onto our backs. And you want to keep your knees bent. And I'm hoping you can still see me. I didn't test this out. We'll find out, I guess. So I'm gonna give really good cues in case you can't see me. So you're laying on your back with your feet bent, or your legs bent, and your feet are flat on the floor. And you want your feet and your knees and your hip bones to be in alignment. The palms are face down on the floor, and the arms are several inches away from your body, maybe about 6 or 8 inches away from your body. And so we're going to keep our feet and our knees steady as we go through this breath. So beginning with letting go of the breath that you're on and really sink that lower back into the mat. And then as you inhale, gently bring your body up, 1 vertebrae at a time, coming up into a bridge pose. And then as you exhale, you're going to gently roll down the opposite way that you came up. So we're going to do the bridge pose with the flow. So going with your own breath, exhaling, flattening your lower back. And then as you breathe in, bringing your bridge up. And then when you breathe out, the bridge comes down and you flatten your back. So we'll do this a few times. It could be your Ujjayi breath or your regular breath. Recalling your intention, maybe with each movement. Notice what comes up with each movement. Feel the openness as you raise your bridge. Feel the body relax as you lower the bridge. Let's do 2 more. And once you've brought your bridge down, just relax for a moment. Let your full back relax from your shoulders all the way down your hips. Let the spine kind of neutralize. Feel that space in between the hip bones just melt. And let's bring the knees in for a hug. And rock side to side. And again with the breath. Breathing out, going to one side, and then as you breathe in, coming back up, and then breathe out to the other side. And you can go as far as you want. I'm only going part way, but you could go all the way down, bring your knees all the way down to the floor. If you're bringing your legs all the way down to the floor, it's a little bit of a core workout. You want to engage your core, making that a little bit stronger. Let's do one more. Making sure you've done an even amount on both sides. And then coming back to the center, we're going to keep the knees tucked in, but bring your arms out into a T. And then as you exhale, lower the knees to the one side. And then look over to the other side. Inhale, bring everything back to center. And exhale, lower the knees over to the other side. And again, I'm kind of confined for space here. But you want to bring your knees down, look over to the other side. And then inhale, bring it back up. And just doing this as a flow, going at your own pace. Feel as you make each twist that you're releasing and letting go of anything that you want to let go of, whether it's tension held in the body, limiting beliefs, whatever you want to let go of. Let's do one more on each side. And when you've completed both sides evenly, bring it back to the center. And let's bring the legs straight up. Stretch them out. And then as you exhale, flex your feet. And then inhale, stretch, point your toes. You want to feel this stretch down into your legs. We're using the breath, so going at your own flow. You can always hold on to the backs of your legs if they begin to get tired. Or if they're too tired altogether, feel free to bring them down. Let's do one more set of flex and point. And then from here, with your toes pointed, let's begin to circle them around with the breath. Circling them halfway on one side of the breath, and then completing with the other side. So nice and slow and intentional. And whenever it feels right, you can go in the other direction. And then when you've completed, just bring it into stillness. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Bring them back into your body. Hug your knees in, relax your back. Relax your shoulders. And then go ahead and release the legs, bring the feet down to the floor, and then slide the legs out. And bring your arms at your sides, palms face up. And then as you inhale, bring them up overhead and point your toes and stretch it out. And then as you exhale, relax the body, bring the arms back at your sides. And we're just going to do this as a flow. So inhale, bringing the arms up, making yourself really long. And then exhale, sliding the arms down, relaxing the body. If you want to make a sigh as you exhale, feel free to do that. Let's do one more. And let your body relax. Let your feet relax, arms relax. And scan your whole body and notice if there's any tightness anywhere. And just gently let it go. So I'll guide you in a gentle, relaxing Savasana. So just bring your awareness to the top of your head and let your everything go. Just let any thoughts that might be remaining go. Let any tension in your head go. Just relaxing the top of your head and all around the sides and the back. And then bring that relaxation down into your forehead, letting go of any lines. Just feel everything soften, no worry lines, no worries. Feel your eyes soften, your cheeks, relax all around your mouth, down into your jaw. Feel your throat maybe open up a little bit as you relax the muscles in your neck. Releasing any tension from your shoulders, relax all the way down your arms, all the way down and out through your hands, fingers and thumbs. Through your back, maybe sinking a little bit deeper into the floor, letting go of any tension that you're holding in the muscles in your upper back, in your lower back, your hips. Release any tightness across your chest. Soften the belly. And feel that space in between the hip bones melt a little bit more as you relax more deeply through the hips and into your glutes and down into your legs. Relax the thighs. Softening through your knees, relax your lower legs. Soften through your ankles and relax the feet. All around the tops of the feet and the toes, and the bottoms of the feet and the heels. And just remain in this relaxed state for a few moments in our Savasana. So gently bring your awareness back into your space. Just subtly making any movements like wiggling the toes, the fingers, maybe rotating the feet in circles, rotating the wrists. And then taking your time, bring your knees into your chest. And give yourself a nice hug. Gently rocking side to side, gradually bringing yourself to rest on your right side. And just make yourself comfortable there for another moment as we take just a little bit extra time to relax and tune into the body. Bring your awareness into the spaces that have opened up and feel more relaxed, perhaps feeling that prana, that chi, that life force energy flowing more freely through the body. Just gently breathe into those areas. Feel the new life beginning to move more freely throughout your whole body so that you feel relaxed but yet rejuvenated. And so again, taking your time, use your hands to gently push yourself up, coming back to the seated position that we started out with. And so we're going to close the asana part of our practice today. Asana means seated pose. And all of the poses in Sanskrit all end with asana. So like mountain pose is Tadasana, corpse pose is Savasana. And so even though some of them are standing or laying down, it still means seated pose. So we'll close our practice by chanting one Om. So close your eyes again. If you wish, you can bring your forefinger and your thumb together, resting your hands on your knees, the backs of your hands. And gently let go of the breath that you're on. Together, we'll take a cleansing breath in through the nose and release it through the mouth. And then take another deep breath to Om. Bring your hands together at your heart center and recall once more the intention that you started out with. As you breathe, feel it move into every cell in your body, making it a part of who you are. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. And so I appreciate your being here. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the class, I wanted to take the last 10-15 minutes or so to talk about essential oils. Somebody had requested or suggested that I talk about essential oils. So some of you might be missing that essential oil part of the Savasana, where I take either a blend of oils or some lavender oil, and I do a gentle massage on the back of the neck, and then through the temples, and then across the forehead. And so I am going to be placing an order for some oils this weekend. So if you wanted to order your own lavender oil, just give me a shout out and we can make that happen. So today I thought I'd talk about three different types of oils. So one is, right here I've got some almond oil, and this is a nice oil to blend with the other essential oils. And you can also use coconut oil. Some people use olive oil. And this is a nice way to be able to diffuse the oils, so, because they're very potent, these essential oils are. The other oils that I'm going to talk about are clove and lavender. And so clove oil is a really good oil for boosting the immune system. And so I use this oil a lot over the winter time. And I'm going to show you how I use it. So I'm going to take my almond oil, and like I said, you can use coconut oil or olive oil, and I just put, you know, a drop or so in the palm of my hand, and then I take the clove oil and I hold it up about 4 to 6 inches above my palm, because there's an energy that comes from the oil. And I just do 1 drop. It's very potent. And then I just kind of mix it around a little bit. And I take, there's a couple of things that you can do with the clove oil. If you are beginning to feel any symptoms of like a cold or a flu or something, especially the cold where you might feel a little bit congested, you might want to put a little bit inside your nostril, each nostril. And again, you do want to diffuse it, because it'll kind of burn a little bit, but it smells nice. The other thing is you can just kind of rub it on the back of your neck. And sometimes I've done that in class if some of my students are talking about, you know, feeling a little bit under the weather, and this will help boost the immune system. And then the other thing I do is, even if I'm not feeling under the weather, I just kind of rub it in between my hands, and then I rub it on the bottoms of my feet. So in particular, like if I'm experiencing any issues with the sinuses, in foot reflexology, the sinus points are at the tips of your toes. And so I'll focus on kind of rubbing it in there, but then just generally kind of all around the bottom. And so once that's all rubbed in, then I just kind of rub the rest of it into the palms of my hands, and I'm going to put my socks on so that I take my own advice and I don't get oil on the bottom, on the carpet here. So the other oil that I'm going to talk about today, a lot of people have reached out to me about relaxation, like, oh, I really need tips on relaxing. And so that's why I've integrated some pranayama, some breathing techniques into some of the classes, and really focused a couple of the classes on relaxing a little bit more, either through yin yoga or through this gentle flow yoga. There's a couple of different ways with yoga that you can be really relaxed. But using essential oils, lavender oil is a really nice way to relax. So again, you can kind of dilute it through your carrier oil and put it on your temples, right here. Just gently massage. If you have any headache, this is a nice way to kind of relax, and it'll help relieve your headache. And then you can put it on the back of your neck, or sometimes I like to put the lavender, then what's left in my hair, and my hair smells really nice. You can put a couple of drops of oil in your bath water, and you can put even a drop on your pillow if you wish. And so again, start out with just 1 drop and see how that is. And then if you feel like you need more, maybe 2 drops in your bath water, or maybe even 3, but I don't think more than 3. And the other one is to diffuse. So diffusers, I got this one through Young Living. The place where I get my essential oils is Melaleuca. I can also get one through there. but you can also get one online, probably a little bit cheaper, you know, for like 20 bucks, I guess. Mine was 40 bucks, but you can get them for 20 bucks. And you just fill it with water to the point. This is just a pretty part right here, this part right here. And this is a lid that comes off. And you can see where my water level is, or maybe, I don't know if you can or not, but my water level is there. And then I put in about 3 drops of oil. And if you put in the lavender oil, you want to make sure that the diffuser that you get has a timer on it, because I can set it to be as long as I want if I'm going to sleep with it. And so it's a nice way to go to sleep with your lavender oil diffusing in the background. And I like to have the light on when I'm awake, but I can also turn it off. So if you have any questions about essential oils, go ahead and type it into the comments section. Hi Stacy, love lavender. Yes, lavender is lovely, lovely lavender. If anybody would like me to do more about oils, maybe I could do just a special session about oil. Is there an issue for pets? So yes, cats, I've been told we shouldn't do oils with our cats, but dogs are okay. And I have a friend whose dogs just love her oils, and she got her dogs as puppies, and as we all know, puppies can be rather rambunctious, and so she has done lavender oil on her dog, and it really calms her dog down. So yes, I would need to look up specifically like how to do that, but yes, oils are fine to use with dogs, but not with cats. So good question. So any other questions about oils? So if you think of anything in the meantime, feel free to post a message here on Let's Get Physical, or if you are a friend of mine, you can feel free to private message me on my Facebook page, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. Again, I'll be placing an order this weekend, so if there's any oils that you would like to have ordered, I can order them for you, and then we can figure out how we can do payment. We can check, I do Cash App, or we can figure out a couple different ways. How do I diffuse? Diffuse or dilute? Diffuse, this is my diffuser here. It's a device that you just pour water in, and then a couple of drops of the oil, and then turn it on. It's really easy to use. So that's how I diffuse. I should mention too that some people put lavender on a cotton ball so that you can have your diffuser on the go. So anyway, some people, teachers have done that. Put lavender on a cotton ball, and then put it in the register vents, and it calms the students down. So how long? Oh, how long do I diffuse? I'm sorry, I can't see I have this tiny little phone that I'm using. I can't see time length. So the lavender, I usually diffuse like through the night. I think it lasts about 6 hours. I don't think it goes 8 hours, but usually 6 hours through the night. And then sometimes I use a different kind of oil or an oil blend during the day. Sometimes I just like to freshen up my space. I have a couple of different oil blends that are called, like the one I'm using now is called Drive, because I wanted some energy. And so I may do that just for an hour or two, or maybe I just let it go as long as it's smelling good to me. So it's up to you. There's no particular length of time for doing it, but you can put your diffuser. There's different ways of pushing the button on it that you can diffuse it for different lengths. So another good question. Thank you for kind of explaining your question there, because I think I misread it. So, again, if you have any other questions that you think of later, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get back with you. And if you'd like to order any oils, I'll be placing the order this weekend and I can deliver to the porch. And with that said, I guess I will close up for today. Again, my name's Brenda Zeckmeister. I teach yoga through Price Hill Will, and we are offering these classes for free, but if you would like to make a donation, there is a link on the description where you can make a donation through IOB, and it's a safe and secure place to make a donation. And otherwise, Stacy will be doing a class on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And if you can't make any of our classes, the videos are recorded and you can catch them at any time just by going to the Price Hill, actually going to the Let's Get Physical Facebook page and looking at the videos section, and they're all there. And they are also on YouTube, so you can just do a search for Let's Get Physical and you'll find one, and then you can click on Price Hill Will. There's like a little logo there, and it'll pull up all of the ones that we have there on YouTube. So, all right. Well, you have a good rest of your day and the rest of your week. I will be back on Monday, and Stacy will be here on Sunday. All right. You take care.